Dunkin' Donuts, Verizon, WB Mason, and the Yawkey Foundations.
Sox powered their way to a doubleheader sweep and put an end to their 5-game losing streak. BK submarined the Pirates in Game 1, and D-Lo did his part to sink the ship in Game 2, putting the Red Sox back in first place, just like they were in 1903. Live from Pittsburgh and PNC Park, it's Turn Back the Clock night. We go back to 1903. It's the Boston Americans against the Pittsburgh Pirates. Hi, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo, as always, joined by Jerry Remy. Well, the Red Sox yesterday got fine pitching, and they hope to continue it tonight with John Burkett.
Well, yesterday, obviously, a great game for Red Sox pitchers. Kim in the first game, and, of course, Derek Lowe in the second game. Two outstanding performances. Now, they say hitting is contagious. Hopefully, pitching can be contagious. John Burkett gets to start tonight against the Pittsburgh Pirates. Burkett from this area. He's going to have about 70 passes here tonight to watch him, so hopefully be pumped up for the ball game.
He'll be matched up against a former Red Sox right-hander, Jeff Suppan. We have it next for you after this. Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome to mostly cloud-covered PNC Park in Pittsburgh. We've been precipitation-free for the afternoon, and hopefully will be throughout the evening as the Red Sox try to get their first sweep in interleague play and wrap up the 3-game series with the Pittsburgh Pirates. Of course, the Boston Americans in the 1903 throwback jerseys here tonight, and the Pittsburgh Pirates in their home jerseys as well. And a lot of the players talking about some of the fits. The height is fine, but a little bit baggy on some of the boys here tonight.
Well, I think that's one of the bigger concerns. Obviously, they're not used to putting on those big baggy uniforms, and at times I would have to think it would make you feel very uncomfortable. But I think everybody in good spirit is going along with the thing and ready to get this game on. Some guys look pretty good in it.
Ron Jackson looks pretty good in it. So does Dallas Williams over there. As the Red Sox saying also, a lot of them, that it's pretty thick. As you might imagine, it looks pretty thick, and it is thick. And the Red Sox ready to go here tonight against the Pittsburgh Pirates in the final game of the series. Impressive pitching here yesterday on both ends of the doubleheader, and quickly played. The Red Sox playing very good baseball coming into this third game.
Well, the big thing was Young Kim getting that start for the Red Sox yesterday and getting him off that slide that they had been on. And Derek Lowe followed in Game 2 with a beautiful performance of his own. So hopefully tonight John Burkett keeps it going against the Pirates, who are struggling.
Pirates take the field. Let's take a look at the visiting Boston Red Sox starting lineup tonight. Bill Miller, the leader in the major leagues in batting average, finally in the top 10. He's first, leads it off. Walker at second base, Nomar at shortstop, Manny Ramirez in left, David Ortiz at first base, Trot Nixon in right, Jason Varitek does the catching, and Johnny Damon's in center field with John Burkett pitching and batting ninth.
The defense tonight for the Pirates, they're 12th in the league, 43 errors on the season. Aramis Ramirez will be at third base, Jack Wilson the shortstop, Jeff Rebele gets the start at second, and Randall Simon at first. Left to right, Brian Giles, Kenny Lofton, and Reggie Sanders. Jason Kendall behind the plate, and on the mound, Jeff Suppan. Suppan been a strange year for him. He started off with a 4-game winning streak. Then he lost 5 in a row and won his last time out against St. Louis, only giving up 3 earned runs. Of course, the Red Sox familiar with him. Not only was he in the organization, but of course, as a member of the Kansas City Royals, in his career against his former club, a record of 2-3 with a 5.11 ERA.
Well, the umpiring crew not in all-time uniforms. Phil Cuzzy in behind the plate, Jerry Crawford at first base, Brian O'Nora at second, and Larry Poncino, the umpire, at third.
Let's take a look at tonight's game notes brought to you by New England Toyota dealers. The Red Sox with a .297 team average. That's pretty remarkable at this stage of the season. The best in the major leagues. Todd Walker's 19-game hitting streak is the longest streak in the majors. And if the Sox can win this ball game tonight, it's the first interleague road sweep that they have had.
Where available, tonight's broadcast can be heard in Spanish by using the SAP function on your TV set.
Buenas noches, amigos.
Well, Bill Miller stands in, the Major League's best hitter so far, as he steps in with his .371 batting average and takes a look at strike one. Finally, he has become eligible, gaining enough plate appearances to be in the top 10. And not only is he in the top 10, but he's first at .371. Second is Hank Blaylock at .358 with the Texas Rangers. He has been the leader for a very long time, but Bill Miller finally getting in there. A bit of a surprise on that list as well as Melvin Mora for the Baltimore Orioles, who is putting together a fine season. Well, sends it down the left field line. Brian Giles moving over, but it keeps twisting its way foul. He rolls deep into the seats down there with the boxes jet out.
Hank Blaylock probably woke up this morning and said, how come I'm not leading the league in hitting anymore? All of a sudden, Bill Miller's name finally appears at the top.
You know, this has got to be tough. We touched on it a moment ago, but it's got to be like kind of wearing a jacket. These guys wearing these uniforms here tonight. I mean, it just seems like you get an awful lot of extra stuff on you. The 0-2, Miller again down the left field line, and again will find its way back into the seats.
Well, this was supposed to happen the first game of this series, but of course that was rained out, so we had to go through all the same pomp and circumstance before tonight's game, which was that barbershop quartet singing for about 2 hours, and quite honestly, I have had enough.
If it wasn't the 2-hour rain delay we had the other night, we heard most of their songs, and we had to hear them again tonight, which was terrific. But they are not using any kind of sound effects here at the ballpark. The only thing as far as scoreboards that'll be used tonight is that replica manual scoreboard up there in left field. The scoreboards with the other scores around baseball are gone that are in right field. That board is completely shut off. And that is the way it's going to be here tonight. Throwing it back to 1903.
They didn't have any lights in 1903, though, did they?
No, but they've sort of let that go. The 1-2. They'll miss, and Miller works it even 2-2. Jeff Supine getting the start here tonight against his old ball club, the 28-year-old right-hander. Brings his 5-5 record with him into tonight's action. And strikes out Bill Miller to begin the evening.
Supine has always had pretty good control. One problem he's had throughout his major league career is he's given up an awful lot of home runs. And really hasn't been the case this season. Only 5 allowed. That is strikeout number 36, and that's in 67 in the third innings.
One down for Todd Walker, who steps in with a pretty hefty batting average of his own at .326. Out after the first pitch, Rebele throws out Walker, and there's 2 down. Jerry, I understand we have more of the barbershop quartet in case you forgot about.
Terrific.
Boy, are they good.
But when you hear it 17 times,
so it's the Beatles in your eyes. That is very good. 2 down. Nomar Garciaparra.
You know what? If I was a guy on a hitting streak, you know, like Walker with the 19,
yeah,
I would be very uncomfortable putting on this uniform. Just superstition.
The count to Nomar. 2 down here in the top of the first inning. Chopped down the third baseline. Ramirez from foul ground throws out Garciaparra. A 1-2-3 first. Pittsburgh coming up. Back in Pittsburgh. Red Sox go 1-2-3 in the top of the first inning. Here come the Pirates in the bottom of the first. Kenny Lofton, a center fielder and leadoff hitter for the Pirates. Toting a pretty hefty batting average so far this season at .314. He's enjoying a fine year, and he faces John Burkett.
3-3 on the season for Burkett. Start number 12. Of course, only 2 innings last time out against Toronto, giving up 8 earned runs. In his career, though, against Pittsburgh, 9-4. He has worked one time at this PNC ballpark and did pick up a win here against the Pirates.
Check swing foul back into the Pirates dugout.
Thus John Burkett from the area. He is from Beaver, Pennsylvania, which is very close to Pittsburgh.
So a lot of friends and family on hand here tonight to see him work in his 12th appearance of the season. Softly hit down the first baseline. Ortiz bobbles it and Lofton's aboard.
Now David Ortiz at first base trying to one-hand that ground ball with that big first baseman's mitt. Never did have control of it. And of course with Kenny Lofton's speed, once you have a bobble like this, there's a little chance you're going to get him. Second error of the season for Ortiz at first base.
So Lofton on at first, and here's Jason Kendall, the catcher for the Pirates, at .284 on the season, 4 homers and 18 runs batted in. Featuring that wide open stance.
Now Jason Kendall, a guy that really gets hits a lot. He's always among the leaders in that. Now with this puffy shirt, he may be trying to do that tonight.
The Red Sox infield at double play depth. And a check on Lofton, who's back in plenty of time.
Kenny with 11 steals. He's been caught 3 times.
Well, with the start that he's had at .314 and having 6 home runs on the year, and the way that the Pirates are going, there's going to be some interest in Kenny Lofton. Certainly some rumors about that the Yankees may have some interest in Lofton, as Kendall is hit with that pitch. And the first 2 will reach here for the Pirates in the bottom of the first inning. Let's take a look at the rest of the Pirates starting 9. Brian Giles in left field bats third. Aramis Ramirez at third base. Randall Simon at first base. Reggie Sanders in right. Jack Wilson at shortstop. Jeff Rebele bats 8th and plays at second base. And Jeff Suppan does the pitching and bats 9th. So no hits yet for the Pirates, but they've got the first 2 on here. As Lofton was hit, or actually Lofton reached on the air. Kendall was hit by a pitch. 2 on, nobody out. And first pitch swinging, lining it into right is Brian Giles. Lofton coming around. He will score the game's first run, and the Pirates lead it 1-0.
Well, that didn't take very long. The error to start the ball game off. Kendall, his specialty, getting hit by a pitch, and Giles jumps on the first pitch. Now, he had only been 1 for 22 in his career against John Burkett. Didn't waste any time. Got that first pitch away and hooked it into right field for the base hit.
So still 2 on, nobody out. A run in. Aramis Ramirez, the third baseman, stands in, and he sends it foul off the right side.
See, that's what I was talking about, Don. The fact that this is a very aggressive team. They like going after the first pitch. They don't walk very much, and that's where John Burkett has to use that veteran experience, trying to get that ball maybe off the plate. Try to get him to chase some bad pitches if they're going to continue to swing at that first one.
So yesterday they were out after the first or second pitch all day. Part of the doubleheader sweep by the Red Sox. Look at Gerald Perry, who's formerly hitting coach in the Red Sox system. He was the Pawtucket Red Sox hitting coach back in 1997. Had been doing work for Lou Piniella as the hitting coach for that fine Seattle Mariners team over the last few years. But with Lou leaving town, Gerald Perry left town, and he is now the hitting coach here for the Pirates in his first season. To third base, Bill Miller trying to start the double play. To second for 1, on to first. It is not in time. So they get the middleman and Brian Giles on the fore side at second base for the first out of the inning.
Todd Walker looking toward first base like he expected to get the double play ball. Not clean coming out of the glove for Bill Miller, and that's going to be the difference. See Walker backing off toward the outfield. And I tell you what, had David Ortiz gave him a little better stretch over there at first base, they probably would have had the double play.
So an error by Ortiz. It began the entire inning here for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Runners at the corners now. And one out in the inning. Randall Simon, who's always out after pitches early in counts.
Grady Little was out there questioning that last call with Jerry Crawford, the first base umpire. Saw some guy out there in some uniform. I didn't know it was Grady.
Kendall at third, Ramirez at first, and Simon out after that first pitch sends it through the vacated right side. In from third comes Kendall. For the second Pittsburgh run, the throw goes to third, and scampering his way back to second goes Ramirez. Pirates out to the early 2-0 lead.
Well, unfortunately, this is starting off for John Burkett like his last outing against Toronto. Once again, that first pitch. Now, that's not a strike. That ball's down and away, but still Simon able to hook it in that hole between first and second. Up goes Ramirez above the baseball. He'll have to hold at second base. He was thinking about third to put the brakes on.
So 2 on, 1 away still, and here's Reggie Sanders, the right fielder for the Pirates. He laces it to left. Ramirez headed back. Will make the catch. And everybody will return to their bases. By everybody, I mean Ramirez to second, Simon back to first, and there's 2 down in the inning.
Well, let's see. Giles, Ramirez, Simon, and now Sanders swinging at that very first pitch.
We'll bring up the Pittsburgh shortstop now, Jack Wilson. Checks in at 251, 4 homers and 19 runs batted in. Ramirez at second, Simon at first with 2 outs here, 2 runs in for the Pirates. John Burkett trying to get up over 500 as he comes into tonight's action at 3-3 with a high 6.28 earned run average. All right, foul. The breaking ball down the left field line, 1-1.
Jack Wilson getting dropped in the lineup tonight to the number 7 spot. He was hitting second yesterday. They have moved Kendall up in that spot.
Now Burkett with the 1-1. That just misses. 2-1. Well, the Pirates have enjoyed the road much more than they have at home. They're 8-21 coming into tonight's action at home. On the road, they're 16-12 so far this season. 4 games over 500. There are only 2 other NL clubs who've won more road games than the Pirates. The Atlanta Braves and the San Francisco Giants each have 18 road wins. As the Pirates come in with 16 road wins so far. Lloyd McClendon certainly on the hot seat in his 3rd season as the manager of the Pittsburgh Pirates. (3-1) to Wilson. Ball 4 in the first walk of the night given up by John Burkett. Will load him up for the Pirates here in the bottom of the 1st inning. So they're loaded up for Jeff Rebele, the 40-year-old second baseman, who has been well traveled. Now here with the Pirates, hitting at 250 this season. And Burkett starts off behind. By the way, a .298 career hitter with the bases loaded, and that is a lengthy career. He's never had a grand slam, but has driven in 44. And his contract picked up on May 15th. He had been playing at AAA Nashville for the Pirates system, and he came up when Pokey Reese went on the DL. Today marks his 8th start at second base for Pittsburgh. And he's now hit safely in 7 of his first 11 games. As he takes the strike, evens up at 1-1. Signed as a minor league free agent in the middle of April, and then was sent to AAA Nashville. Swings and misses there, 1-2.
That's been the most effective pitch for Burkett here in the first inning. That big slow curveball.
Ramirez at third, Simon at second, Wilson at first. 2 runs already in for the Pirates tonight. In the air to center, Johnny Damon is there, and he'll take care of it for out number 3. A 2-run inning for Pittsburgh at the end of 1, 2-0. Back in Pittsburgh with the Pirates on top 2-0 as they grab 2 runs in their half of the first inning. And a very comfortable evening here tonight in Pittsburgh. The lights on in the cloud-covered PNC Park. 1-2-3 first inning for Jeff Suppan as he got a strikeout and 2 groundouts and has to deal with Manny Ramirez to begin things here in the second inning. Manny out after the first pitch. 324, 9 homers and 40 runs batted in. They had a nice day yesterday, certainly in the first game, going 4 for 4, including a home run for Ramirez. And over the last 4 games, 11 for 18 for Manny. A couple of home runs, 3 doubles, 8 runs batted in. And he scored 7 runs in the last 4 games. Very impressive lately. Strike 3 to Ramirez. Suppan makes quick work of Manny Ramirez. Strikeout number 2 for Suppan.
Well, get the Globe's award-winning sports coverage every day. Call 1-800-984-5335 for 50% off home delivery. The Boston Globe, your world unfolding daily.
A very nice look at Roberto Clemente Bridge here in Pittsburgh above the Allegheny River. And the crowd settling in here tonight. Another good crowd on hand for the 3rd game of this series. David Ortiz committed an error defensively as you take a look at what is another very good crowd here. None of the games have been sellouts, despite sounding like there were going to be sellouts here. The weather certainly chased some from yesterday's game with the anticipation of some precipitation that never came to fruition here last night.
Tell you what surprised me, Don, is the number of Red Sox fans that have come here for this series. Now, it's midweek. School's not out yet, but still an awful lot of Red Sox fans here in Pittsburgh. As a matter of fact,
I was just going to say we'd like to thank a couple of them.
Yeah, we were lucky enough last night to get a ride home with a couple of Red Sox fans. They had a cab. We couldn't get one. And this father and son, who's actually gone back to Boston today because they didn't want the kid to miss any more school, were nice enough to give us a ride to the hotel.
They were from Lynn, Massachusetts. What grade was young Paulie in?
He was in, I believe, 5th grade.
Oh, look at John Henry's on hand here tonight. Larry Lucchino is to his left. A foul off the left side as they get their first look at PNC Park. David Ortiz with a count of 2-2. Out after high hard stuff for strike 3. 3rd strikeout for Suppan, 2 down.
Yeah, Suppan right now throwing the ball very well. 3 strikeouts in the first 5 hitters that he's faced. High fastball that time, up and away from David Ortiz. Let me check now, Don, on the strikeout high this season for Suppan, 7. He did that in his 2nd outing against the Milwaukee Brewers.
The left center field off the bat of Nixon on the move is Giles. He'll get over to make the catch. Another 1-2-3 inning for Suppan. Inning and a half done. 2-0 Pirates. Bottom of the 2nd inning back in Pittsburgh. Pirates on top 2-0. And the Pirates pitcher who has mowed down the Red Sox. First 6 of them anyway through the first 2 innings. Jeff Suppan to lead it off. Here in the last half of the second inning, 5 for 20 on the season, and he adds to that with his 6th hit to right field with a leadoff base hit. Red Sox baseball in Nesson is brought to you by Bob Stores. We know our customers and the brands they live in. By Coors Light, cold, down easy. And by Volvo, the official vehicle of the Red Sox. So leadoff base hit for Suppan, the 3rd hit of the night for the Pirates. And it's back up to the top of the order for Kenny Lofton, who reached on an error committed by the first baseman Ortiz. And he'll send it foul off the left side. And on the grass at 3rd is Bill Miller. And the breaking ball grounded foul down the first base line.
Lofton, one of the few guys in baseball where you really see that third baseman come in very shallow. Expected to bunt. Of course, Lofton throughout his major league career has been a pretty good bunter. Now, obviously, with 2 strikes, Miller moves back even with the bag.
Missing away that time, 1 and 2. Well, the error and the hit batsman did not help things, as both those runners would score in the first inning. As Burkett only gave up 2 hits in the inning, did walk 1, and finds himself trailing by 2 here into the bottom of the second inning.
Should have did this game in black and white tonight.
By the way, I really enjoyed your hat in the open. That was very nice.
Little throwback.
It looks like John Burkett's sleeves are a little bit different than everybody else's, as this one is lifted to left. Ramirez coming on. He'll make the catch. Maybe he discarded some of them to get rid of that extra flap that the rest of the infielders and outfielders have.
Yeah, you can tell that those sleeves have been cut, and I can't blame the pitchers for that. I mean, if you look at the other ones, they're down below the elbow, and I'm sure that's not something the pitchers want. The lacing looks like something Neil Diamond would wear.
Jason Kendall, who was hit by a pitch his first time up.
You know, like on his leather pants?
Yeah. You big Neil Diamond guy, are you?
No. Tremendous talent, but, you know, obviously no.
This is away, and the count 1-1. Well, the Red Sox trying to sweep a series in interleague play for the first time, as the Red Sox here winning the first 2 games. Tough to sweep a doubleheader, but the Red Sox did it yesterday. And back towards the mound. Burkett's going to try to get the lead man at second base, and does successfully in getting Suppan for out number 2.
Nice play by Garciaparra at the other end of this throw from John Burkett. It looked like the ball was tailing away from Nomar, but he's able to make the catch and keep contact with the bag. Burkett being aggressive, going for that lead runner, especially it being the pitcher going to second base. And Nomar keeps that ball out of center field. Look at these sleeves that Giles is.
Wow,
that's
very roomy. Giles singled to right field his first time up, and sends it foul back and well below us.
Tell you one thing, these Pirates, they must play some quick games because they don't hang around very long.
Well, by Red Sox standards, they were extremely quick games yesterday. 2 hours and 33 minutes the first game, and then 2:21 for the nightcap, which is unheard of.
Yeah, as far as doubleheaders go, that was pretty good yesterday.
Foul again, 0-2 now to Giles. It seemed very unusual to have a twilight doubleheader here yesterday. Whereas most of the time now, anytime there is a doubleheader, it becomes a day-night doubleheader. A separate admission style, but Pittsburgh really does not draw very well during the day, so they opt to have the twilighter, and the Red Sox able to win both ends. Just missing. Framed by Varitek. 1-2 now to Giles.
Kendall at first base with decent speed. He's got 4 steals. He's been caught 1 time. Missing again. Kendall with a delayed steal attempt, and he is out. Thrown out by Varitek. Nicely scooped by Garcia-Parra. And a low jack caught stealing. That ends the inning on the throw out at second base. 2-0 Pittsburgh. Top of the 3rd inning back in Pittsburgh. Pirates on top 2-0, and Jason Varitek to lead it off after fine throw out at second base, and a delayed steal attempt by Kendall was gunned down to end the inning. A good heads up play by the Red Sox, because the delay steal is designed to either catch your catcher or your infielder sleeping. Varitek pops it up. The catcher Jason Kendall in foul ground will give way to the first baseman Simon. Makes the catch for out number 1. 2 outs with the infield back. Deep is the time to try this. Now you see the 3 steps. 1, 2, 3. When the ball gets by, that's when you take off at second base, and what you're hoping to do is catch the middle infielder with their head down. But that time both Garcia-Parra and Varitek alert, looking for the possibility of delay steal, and they get to Kendall at second base. But that's when you try it with 2 outs where you have those infielders back deep. Johnny Damon stands in and takes a strike. Johnny at 247, 5 homers and 22 runs batted in. Damon sends it down the right field line foul. Over the last 12 games, Johnny 10 for 49. At 204 over the last 12 games, and in a bit of a snafu right now. Yeah, and 3 of those 10 hits coming in game 2 of the doubleheader yesterday. 3 for 7 on the complete day yesterday for Damon. Well, certainly hoping to carry some of that into today's action. He's done quite well against Jeff Suppan in 12 at bats. He slashes it foul back to the backstop. Still 1-2 to Damon. Suppan has retired the first 7 Red Sox that he has faced in the game. 3 strikeouts for Suppan through 2 1/3 innings of work. Jeff Suppan, a 10-game winner on 3 occasions, all in Kansas City. He was 10-12 in '99, 10-9 in 2000, and 10-14 in 2001. Chopped to third, backhanded by Ramirez. A long throw is in time to get Damon. Wow, 2 down in the inning. Win a LoJack stolen vehicle recovery system by entering the LoJack caught stealing sweepstakes at boston.com/Nesson. Every time the Sox catch a runner stealing, go to the website, enter the date, opponent, and runner caught stealing for your chance to win. Terrific play by Aramis Ramirez at third base. Usually when you see a third baseman go to his backhand and have to dive or fall down, they don't get Damon. Also, Randall Simon with a beautiful stretch at first base to complete that play. Now, Ramirez already has 12 errors on the season down at third, but he's played much better defense recently. John Burkett sending a number. The mound, and Suppan throwing him out at first base. Another 1-2-3 inning for Suppan. 2-0 Pirates. Don Orsillo and Jerry Remy back in Pittsburgh. The Pirates on top 2-0 as we get ready for the bottom of the 3rd inning. 3, 4, and 5 scheduled to bat for the Pirates. And John Burkett having a much more successful 2nd inning than the 1st, when Pittsburgh got to him for 2 runs. Brian Giles to lead it off. Was at the plate when Jason Kendall attempted the delayed steal and was gunned down at second base. Little pop up right around the mound. From second comes Walker. He'll make the catch for out number 1.
Red Sox baseball on Nesson is brought to you by your Lincoln Mercury dealers and by LoJack. Keep it close. One away, and here is Aramis Ramirez. Reached on a fielder's choice in the first inning. Ramirez with a 17-game hitting streak, which has raised his average to 294 all the way up from 218. And still looking for his first hit tonight.
Yeah, we are told too by people who follow the Pirates that how his hitting goes is how his defense goes. When he's hitting well, he plays good defense. When he's not hitting, that's where a lot of those 12 errors came from early.
And a fine play in this game to retire Johnny Damon last inning. Sends it foul down the right field line. 0-2 to Ramirez. He's got 10 hits in his last 27 at bats. And tonight marks the 55th start for him at third base. And he'll send this one up the middle and out of the reach of Garciaparra into center.
Well, the Red Sox come home Tuesday for a 6-game interleague homestand against the Cardinals and the Astros. Bring Dad to the June 15th series finale for a post-game Father's Day catch on Fenway Park Field, presented by Fleet Bank. Tickets are available 24 hours a day, toll-free at 877-RED SOX 9 at redsox.com and during business hours at Fenway Park. So on June 15th, you can have a catch with your dad on the field after the game.
That's outstanding. 1 out, 1 on. Randall Simon stands in. He singled to right field his first time up and drove in a run. On the ground and through into right field. Ramirez up 90 feet to second on the second hit of the night for Randall Simon.
Well, Randall Simon was only 1 for 7 yesterday in the doubleheader. Of course, that one was a home run against Alan Embry. Strictly 2 for 2 tonight. Top spin ground ball to the right side for a base hit. Ramirez has to stop at second base.
So 1 away, 2 on, and here's Reggie Sanders, who lined out to left field his first time up. He started in the ball game last night, the second game after he had missed 6 games with a tight right hamstring. But returned to action yesterday, back in there again tonight. Now made 23 starts in right field and 17 in left field. And Burkett bluffing as he went off the backside of the mound. Certainly grabbed the attention of Aramis Ramirez. Nobody cheating in from short or second base behind him. Evens up at 1-1. Reggie Sanders. As well. 2-1. Well, the Pirates overall coming into tonight's action 24-33. They find themselves 7 games behind the Cubs and Astros, who are tied atop the NL Central. And the gentleman Lloyd McClendon is on the hot seat here. His 3rd season with the Pirates. The only team below Pittsburgh in the division in the NL Central is the next foe for the Red Sox. That's the Milwaukee Brewers. The Red Sox will be traveling to Milwaukee after the ball game tonight. And another look at the NL Central. Pretty tight there at the top among the first 4 teams.
Cincinnati with a couple of wins over the Yankees in the first 2 games of that series. So that's pretty close, those top 4 teams.
When the Red Sox return home, they'll be playing a couple of those teams as well. St. Louis and Houston on the next homestand. Varitek headed out to talk to John Burkett.
Well, the fans will be in for a treat when St. Louis comes to town. Scott Rowland, Jim Edmonds and company, and then of course Houston coming in with Jimmy Williams as their manager and a very fine pitching staff. Should be a fun homestand.
Ramirez at second, Simon at first, one down. And in the count, 3-1. Wide into left field for a base hit. Ramirez will go to third and stop there as Manny Ramirez guns it back in. Aaron is stopping at third, and the Pirates have the bases loaded with one out.
Now, late break at second base by Ramirez. Wanted to make sure the line drive was not caught and was not doubled up, and for that reason can't score on the base hit by Reggie Sanders. 3-1 count. Line shot to left field.
Jack Wilson walked his first time. And Burkett starts off ahead. The .421 hitter, just 19 at-bats career with the bases loaded. With a very good defensive shortstop for the Pirates. Going two now to Wilson. John Burkett does not have a strikeout yet tonight, but this would be a pretty good time for his first. And John has already had to throw 49 pitches in his outing. There are 2 1/3 innings of work here tonight. To right off the bat of Wilson. Nixon moving in to make the catch. Tagging from third is Ramirez. The throw is going to be close, and it is not in time. In from third comes Ramirez with the third Pittsburgh run, and the Pirates lead it 3-0.
Now, it looked like the foot got on the plate. Burkett was trying to block home plate, but I believe the foot got there before the tag. Second time Grady's been out of the dugout in this game. It's a good throw, strong throw by Trot Nixon on the one hop. Now let's see. Yeah, the foot is question. No doubt the foot's on the plate before the tag. See Burkett trying to block it, but you can see that Ramirez did get in there before that tag.
And on the play, tagging and moving to third was Randall Simon as well.
Looks like Burkett wants to make an appeal at third base. See if Ramirez left early.
Larry Poncino is the umpire at third. And he did indeed leave on time. So 3-0 Pittsburgh on top. And runners at the corners. Didn't appear that Veritek are back in Pittsburgh. 4-3 Pirates on top. In the top half of the 6th inning, and Jeff Suppan back out there again. He's given up 3 runs, struck out 5, has not walked anybody yet. And he faces Todd Walker. 1 for 2 tonight, and with a hit, Todd extended his hitting streak to 20 games. Red Sox are being out hit by the Pirates 8-4. Current streak, Todd Walker has moved his batting average up from .304 to .326. Jeff Suppan with his 76th pitch of the night, as a big swing from Walker makes it 2-2. Talking to Suppan before the game, and he was certainly worried about the jersey. They asked him if it was all right if he wanted it cut, but sitting in it the other night, he felt fine during the rain delays. And so far, it's been pretty good. Down the line and left on the move is Giles towards the line to make the catch for out number 1.
Stay tuned after the game for W.B. Mason's Extra Innings, New England Red Sox postgame show with extra highlights, extra interviews, and extra analysis, hosted by Bob Rogers and a new lineup of studio analysts. After the last inning, the action is just beginning.
How about that walkway down the left field line? Wraps all the way around, and a lot of standing room up there, and there are a lot of fans standing up there. Kind of a different vantage point down the left field line, and a lot of nooks and crannies here at PNC Park in Pittsburgh. A little bit like the tall tower at McCoy Stadium down the left field line, where fans can stand some nights. Omar Garciaparra 0 for 2. He's grounded out to third and fouled out to first base. And Suppan missing away. 2-1. And speaking of the Pawtucket Red Sox, Bruce Chen has agreed to accept his assignment to Pawtucket after being designated. He will pitch for the Pawtucket Red Sox, so he stays in the system. The Red Sox were certainly hopeful that he would. A walk here to Nomar with one down, and the first walk of the night given up by Suppan.
And Zelena's going to Japan, huh?
Yeah.
I didn't know that till today.
I didn't know that either till hearing it today in Grady's meeting.
Mentioned he'd be a guy that they probably would have called up in September had they needed some help at that time, but apparently signing a contract to play over in Japan. Get a chance to make some big bucks. Probably be a pretty good home run hitter over there.
A lot of players who are fringe players perhaps and playing in AAA that certainly given the opportunity to go to Japan would take that opportunity. There's many that have and have had successful careers over there. And Julio Zeleta apparently is going to be one of the newest to go and try it. With a good long look in spring training, but of course the Red Sox had Millar, Ortiz, and Giambi and others in mind at first base, and even Shea Hillenbrand coming out of spring training. And had a pretty good beginning in Pawtucket, but it struggled lately and now apparently headed to Japan. Here's Ben Williams heading out towards the mound to talk to his pitcher, the pitching coach coming out for the Pirates.
This looks like the biggest crowd of the three-game series tonight. Pretty much filled all the way around here at PNC Park. Few seats available in the upper deck, but pretty nice crowd.
Kind of late arriving up here in the upper deck. But they are here now. Well, Manny Ramirez striding back towards the plate after the pitching coach goes back in the fourth inning. With the Red Sox trailing 3-0, Manny Ramirez with a line drive home run, his 10th home run of the year. Just inside the pole down the line, and the Red Sox at the time back within a run. They are still within a run, but now it's 4-3. Manny swinging for the downs again. It's now 2-1.
It's been a steady pattern with Suppan this inning. In fastball counts, he's been going to the changeup. He did it to Todd Walker, did it to Garciaparra. Now on the 2-0 count, the changeup to Ramirez.
Three and one now to Ramirez. And he struck out looking his first time up, then hit the 2-run home run his last time up. It's Popped up foul off the right side, and the full count now to Ramirez.
And once again, the changeup on the 3-1 count. Ramirez very upset after missing that pitch.
Off at first goes Nomar, and Manny strikes out. The ball dropped there by Jason Kendall as he tried to come up and spin, but to second base goes Nomar on the stolen base. 2 down. Let's check in with Tom Karras. Tom?
Thanks very much. Charles Barkley taking the game behind home plate. What brings you to Pittsburgh?
I'm here for the Mario Lemieux golf tournament. I'm really excited to be here. It's a great city.
How'd you hit him today?
I didn't get in. My daughter graduated, so I just got in tonight. And I had a choice going to a private party at Mario's house. But I want to see the Red Sox play, to be honest with you.
You a big baseball fan?
I'm a big sports fan. I love sports. I got a couple of friends who play for the Pirates. But my 2 favorite baseball players are Manny Ramirez, who hit a home run tonight, and Pedro Martinez. I know Nomar pretty good, but I want to come see those 2 guys play in person. Unfortunately, Pedro's hurt.
I got to ask you real quickly about basketball. Game 1 last night, about what you expected?
Well, I thought New Jersey played like they were rusty. That's going to be a very good series. I picked San Antonio to win a championship. I'm pulling for New Jersey because of Jason Kidd, but it's going to be a much better series. But that's always the thing that hurts you in game 1, the rust.
There it is. You got it right from Charles Barkley, who I don't think is going to follow the Danny Ainge route. He's going to stay on TV. Guys, back to you.
Back in Pittsburgh, 4-3 Pirates on top, and Rob Makoviak is pinch hitting for Jeff Suppan here to begin things in the bottom of the 6th inning. Suppan had been 1 for 2 as a hitter tonight. Makoviak appeared in yesterday's doubleheader and hits under 200. Number foul in behind him, and it's 1-2 now to Makoviak. Over the first 8 games, he was 6 for 14. He's gone 9 for 66 cents. And over the last 34 games, hit at just 136. And strikes out here. Second strikeout for Burkett.
Well, RedSox.com has the broadest selection of items for the team you love. Shop RedSox.com, the official site of wearing your heart on your sleeve, cap pullover, and lots more.
One down, 2 strikeouts for John Burkett as he closed the 5th by striking out Rebele, and he opens the 6th by striking out Makoviak. Kenny Lofton homered his last time up, his 7th home run of the year. And a solo shot to right field up into the bleachers in right.
I was watching that interview with Tom Caron and Charles Barkley, and it looked like TC could probably post up Barkley.
He really didn't look as big as I thought maybe he is.
I don't think he was standing straight up.
Might have just been the angle. Yeah, actually, he's looking pretty big there. Understand Michael Jordan is in town as well. Mario Lemieux with charity golf tournament here in Pittsburgh.
By the way, that is a Tommy Bahama shirt, not a Tommy Bavacqua or a Timmy Bavacqua. That's a Tommy Bahama.
In the dirt, and it's 3-1. The Timmy Bavacqua, for those who don't know, are the fraudulent
facsimile.
Yeah, fraudulent Tommy Bahamas,
right,
which are sometimes worn. Down the line off the bat of Lofton and sent foul to the right of the pole. He's been swinging the bat pretty good in this series. And apparently looking at his numbers pretty well all season long. And there very well may be a few teams coming calling for Kenny Lofton as the year goes on and we draw closer to the trade deadline. A 1-out walk for Lofton, the 3rd walk given up by John Burkett tonight.
Well, that'll create some problems now. A lot of options for Lloyd McClendon. The straight out steal, can play hit and run with Kendall. He can handle the bat.
Well, Ramiro Mendoza now up in the Boston bullpen after Robert Person had been up twice earlier.
And that's the danger when you're working with a guy like Person. You don't want to have him get up too many times out in the bullpen. And as you mentioned, Don, it's already twice. They got to be careful with a guy that's coming off 2 surgeries.
Mason Kendall was hit by a pitch and scored in the first inning, grounded out in the second, and did it again in the 4th inning. Lofton always a threat to take off as Burkett throws over. Kendall swinging away, lifts it to right field. Nixon has it sized up and takes care of out number 2. Lofton back to the bag at first with now 2 down.
It's kind of amazing to me that with that combination you don't try something. It's a 1-run ball game. Now with 2 outs you really have to expect Lofton to try to steal.
Two down for Brian Giles, who singled back in the first inning and drove in a run. Brian Giles, another name that has come up from time to time about possible trades. He's had a tough time. The Pirates as a club have had a tough time at home, but he's got a .218 home batting average. Over the first 2 years of this ballpark, he had a .331 home average, but this year has not been the same for Giles. And overall, a .300 hitter, just over in his career, as he's nearing the 1,000-game mark in his career. Of course, Giles beginning his career with the Cleveland Indians, winning 4 seasons with the Tribe. The 2-0 to Giles. And the 3-0 count, snap throw to first. And Ortiz bent over to a knee to be able to capture that one.
And I think you got to give Giles a green light here, 3-0.
And he takes a strike. 3-1. He's traded from Cleveland to Pittsburgh for Ricardo Rincon in 1998. And he swings away here and hits it a ton to deep right center field. On the run is Damon back to the track to make the catch. Johnny had to go a long way and onto the dirt of the warning track to make the catch for the final out. It's 4-3 Pittsburgh. Top of the 7th inning, the Red Sox trailing by a run. And a new pitcher on for the Pittsburgh Pirates after Suppan went 6. A left-hander in, Scott Sauerbeck.
Last year made a career-high 78 appearances. He's heading in that direction again. This will be his 32nd and 0-4 record. But look at the batting average again. It's only 175 in 22 2/3. Only 14 hits allowed, 13 walks, and 19 strikeouts.
Well, the left-handed pitcher will face a left-handed hitter to begin the inning. Trot Nixon, who is 1 for 2. He singled and scored in the 5th inning. Jeff Suppan went the first 6 innings, giving him 4 hits, 3 runs, including the 2-run home run by Manny Ramirez. Suppan walked one and he struck out 6 before departing. He has a chance for the victory and came in with a record of 5-5 into the ball game tonight. Scott Sauerbeck making his home in Cleves, Ohio. He was originally drafted by the Mets in 1994 in the 23rd round and got as high as AAA with the Mets, but never did pitch in the big leagues. Taken in the Rule 5 draft by the Pirates. Been in Pittsburgh now. This is his 5th season with the Pittsburgh Pirates.
That's a guy, too, that I think a lot of teams would like to have for their left-hander out of the bullpen.
Nixon sends it deep and far to right down the line. Is it fair? Yes, and it's gone. 3rd home run in 2 days for Trot Nixon, and it ties the game at 4.
Trot Nixon's going to hate to leave PNC Park. 3 games, 3 home runs. Sauerbeck just leaves a fastball on the inside part of the plate. That's not where you want it against a left-hander who's bailing just a little bit. That becomes a very nice pitch to hit. That ball almost completely out of here, and probably would have been about 2 bounces to the water, the Allegheny River.
So the lefty-lefty matchup there favoring Trot Nixon and the Red Sox. And we are tied at 4. The Red Sox have chipped away a couple of times and not able to get back and tie it until now. And that will erase Jeff Suppan from any decision in the game tonight. There has been one player to put it into the Allegheny River on the fly. Darrell Ward became the first player in the air with a 479-foot blast off Kip Wells back in July of 2002. A total of 9 other players have also bounced a homer into the drink.
The Bo Sox Club will sponsor 15 youngsters to attend the New England baseball camp with Mike Andrews July 6th through the 11th at Bentley College in Waltham. The camp is open to players ages 9 through 16. Write a letter explaining why you'd like to attend and email it to campership@bosoxclub.org or mail it to Bo Sox Club Camp Contest, 4 Yorkie Way, Boston, Mass. 02215. Entries must be received by June 14th.
Unevens, or actually no, doesn't even. It's 2-0 now to Johnny Damon with 1 out. And the score tied at 4 here in the top half of the 7th inning. Yeah, a total of 9 other players have bounced a homer into the drink, including Mo Vaughn, Jeremy Burnitz, and one Pirate, Rob Macovia, for Pittsburgh, had done it. But it is doable here to get it into the Allegheny River, as it is 3:20 down the line. Well, Nixon nearly did it here tonight with his leadoff home run. Damon waving at that pitch and striking out back-to-back Ks for Sauerbeck after he gave up the leadoff home run to begin the inning.
Looks like a slider from Sauerbeck here to get the strikeout on Damon. It's not quite the same feeling out there as you have at Pac Bell in San Francisco. You have all those boats out there and stuff waiting for home runs. That little guy right there made the catch on Trot Nixon's home run.
I saw some people in kayaks out there earlier, but there's not a lot of action out there in the Allegheny River.
Speedboat just went by a little while ago, and then they have that big can you gamble on the water here? They have floating casinos. No? Okay. Look like one of those kind of boats, you know.
I saw it go by earlier and before the game. This is Freddie Sanchez, who's pinch hitting for John Burkett. And he appeared yesterday for the first time this season. Came on as a defensive replacement for the Red Sox at shortstop.
Now they tell us on weekends they get a lot of boats out there.
Freddie Sanchez making his debut yesterday in the first game of the doubleheader. Takes the strike, and it evens at 2-2. There's a call from the Paw Sox on Friday. And as he joins the Red Sox, leaving the Pawtucket Red Sox, he led the International League with a .476 on base percentage. And is able to get it by the shortstop Jack Wilson into left. And a 2-out base hit for Freddie Sanchez, his first of the year for the Red Sox.
As Sanchez was having a terrific season down at AAA, and that's the reason the Red Sox recalled him. They felt like he'd done all he had to do down at the AAA level.
So 2 down. Sanchez at first. Bill Miller comes up. He's 0 for 3 in the ball game tonight. With 2 strikeouts and a fly out to left. On the ground towards Rebele at second base. He'll go the easy way for the final out of the inning. Leadoff home run by Trot Nixon, and we're tied 4-4. Well, John Burkett leaves after 6 innings with the score tied 4-4. The new Boston pitcher, Ramiro Mendoza.
Appearance number 24, his last. Only 1 batter faced in that game on Toronto. That was on Sunday. Gave up a base hit and was quickly removed from the game by Grady Little.
Aramis Ramirez to lead it off for the Pirates, who takes a nasty breaking pitch for ball 1. Ramirez with a single. He scored a run in the 3rd inning. He's 1 for 3 tonight. Hits it well to left down the line. Ramirez headed over towards the corner, but it is a foul ball. Not by much, but foul. Aramis Ramirez is the cleanup hitter for the Pirates, but he has just 2 home runs so far this season. Hits it hard on the ground and into center field. Leadoff base hit for Ramirez. Let's check in with Tom Caron. Tom?
Guys, thanks very much. Our Citizens Bank Not Your Typical Fan is a great argument for interleague play this time around. Corey Garwacki is from East Longmeadow, Mass, but you've been down here since March 11th, haven't you? Why?
Yeah, I've been down here since March, and it's been a really long road down here. I just recently had a intestinal transplant at Children's Hospital of Pittsburgh, and so far things have been going pretty well.
That's it out right there. We can keep talking. But now, you found out last week that they had arranged to get you here to this game. You're a huge Red Sox fan, and it's been a long time since you've had a chance to see them live, isn't it?
Yeah, I can't even remember the last time I was at a game. And it's just so nice that I can be here. For one, to see the Pirates since I'm in Pittsburgh, but even more than that, to see my home team, the Boston Red Sox, in Pittsburgh.
And now they're telling you might get to go home pretty soon and see them at Fenway.
Yeah, they're saying if all goes well, I should be able to go back to Massachusetts within a couple weeks.
Corey, thank you.
You're welcome.
Corey's our Not Your Typical Fan. Guys, back to you.
Thank you very much, Tom, as this one is chopped foul outside of third, and that's great news.
Well, for Corey, we certainly hope that things go well and you get your chance to get back home very, very shortly. What a nice story.
Certainly is. Aramis Ramirez is at first base, 1 out in the inning. Reggie Sanders, the batter, with a count of 0-1. He's 2 for 3 in the ball game. On the ground to third. Bill Miller trying to start it to second for 1, on to first. Around the horn, an inning ending. 7 done from Pittsburgh, and we are tied at 4. Top of the 8th inning, and Todd Walker to lead it off against the left-hander reliever Scott Sauerbeck. Walker able to extend his hitting streak to 20 games with a base hit back in the 4th inning. He scored a run. And jumps ahead here, 2-0. Sauerbeck came on for Jeff Suppan, who went the first 6 innings tonight for the Pirates. Suppan giving up 3 runs and will not be part of the decision tonight. Sauerbeck, who has been a member of these Pirates since 1999, made 78 appearances out of the bullpen last year. for the Pirates and was 5-4 with a pretty minuscule earned run average by today's standards, a 2.30 ERA. Broken back grounder right side to Reveille. Throws out Walker for out number 1.
Now stay tuned after the game for W.B. Mason's Extra Innings, New England's Red Sox postgame show with extra highlights, extra interviews, and extra analysis. Hosted by Bob Rogers and a new lineup of studio analysts. After the last inning, the action's just beginning.
Well, Sauerbeck beginning the inning to face a left-hander, and he gets him out. And now McClendon heading to the mound to get his left-hander. He's got a right-hander ready to go in the bullpen. So the pitching change here from PNC Park in Pittsburgh with 1 down in the top of the 8th inning. We are all tied at 4. We'll be back to tell you about the new Pittsburgh pitcher after this.
All tied at 4 here in the top of the 8th inning. Remind you, this copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Boston Red Sox may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. In addition, the accounts and description of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Boston Red Sox.
A new pitcher on for the Pirates, right-hander Brian Boehringer.
Boehringer making his 25th appearance, a record of 2-1. All those appearances out of the bullpen. Opponent sitting 309 off Boehringer, on to try to get Garciaparra and Ramirez.
Nomar sends it into left field for a base hit. Didn't waste any time up there swinging at the first pitch from Boehringer, and he cranks it into left for a 1-out single.
Fastball down about knee high, and Garciaparra, who in this series has not taken too many first pitches.
So 1 out, 1 on, and here's Manny Ramirez, who had a 2-run home run in the 4th inning, his 10th home run of the year. He struck out twice against Jeff Supine and was 1 for 3 tonight so far as he takes the strike. Brian Boehringer first reached the major leagues in 1995 with the New York Yankees. The Yankees in 96 and 97, then with the Padres from 98 through 2000. Went back to the Yankees in 2001. Nomar's going, the pitch, a strike, and the throw is not in time. A stolen base for Nomar Garciaparra.
Now, it only took one look, one pitch to see that Boehringer has a very slow delivery to home plate. Once Garciaparra saw that, on the next pitch, he's off. Now we'll see if they pitch to Ramirez. And with the count 0-2, I would guess that they would.
Boehringer missing with that 1-2. Manny doesn't chase. Last year was the first year in Pittsburgh for Boehringer. He was 4-4 in 70 appearances out of the bullpen. 33-year-old right-handed reliever in a jam now. Nomar standing at second, 1 out. And he waves at that pitch and strikes out. Not a good swing from Ramirez, and out number 2.
Yeah, Manny quickly got down in the count. For that reason, they were able to go right after Manny. They get him to chase the high fastball. The count was 2-0 at the time of the stolen base. Manny would have been intentionally walked.
Now David Ortiz looking for his first hit tonight. 2 strikeouts and a ground out. And Boehringer starts off ahead of Ortiz. Scott Sauerbeck, the middleman of the 3 arms used tonight for Pittsburgh, went an inning and a third, giving up a run. Will not be involved in the decision tonight, as this is grounded left side to the shortstop Jack Wilson, who throws out David Ortiz and ends the inning. We head to the bottom of the 8th, and we're still tied at 4. Back in Pittsburgh, tied at 4 as we head to the bottom of the 8th inning, in the bottom third of the Pittsburgh order to face Ramiro Mendoza. Jack Wilson walked in the first, hit a sacrifice fly in the third, and fouled out to the Red Sox shortstop Garciaparra in the 5th inning. Wilson known certainly mostly for his club, but totes a .250 batting average. Pirates enjoyed a 3-0 lead in this ball game, and 3-2 and 4-3. But the Red Sox tying the score 4-4 with a run in the 7th inning on a home run by Trot Nixon to tie it up at 4 aside. John Burkett working the first 6 innings tonight, giving up 4 runs. 3 were earned runs. 8 hits. He walked 3 and struck out 2 before leaving and giving way to Ramiro Mendoza, who came on last inning. Mendoza gave up a leadoff hit to Ramirez and get Simon to line out, and then got an inning-ending double play to get out of the inning. Now the 1-2. Popped up right side. Into foul ground goes Ortiz, and he'll take care of out number 1. Well, the score tied 4-4. Let's take a look at the numbers in this one. Trot Nixon, his 3rd home run in 3 games here at PNC Park to tie the game at 4. Manny hit a 2-run home run earlier. He's into double figures now in home run totals, and Kenny Lofton hit his 7th. Burkett and Suppan each working 6 innings. Burkett being touched for 3 earned runs. Suppan for 2. The 3 runs that Suppan gave up. Sauerbeck, the left-handed reliever, charged with a run. Jeff Rebele batting with 1 out. He is 0 for 2 with a walk in the ball game. Looks like Adam Heisdew is on deck to bat in the pitcher's spot. As Rebele did not offer, and it is 1-1. Cued foul off the end of the bat down the first base line. It's actually Craig Wilson who has come out on deck. We saw him catch yesterday and make a great play out in right field. And a great diving catch at first, and he has come out on deck. The 2-2 from Mendoza. Softly rolled down the third baseline. Ramiro has no play. Jeff Rebele with an infield hit reaches first base with 1 down.
Well, he couldn't have rolled that ball out any better than he did right there. Swinging bunt by Jeff Rebele down that third base line, and a 1-out base hit. He could bunt 10 bunts down that third base line. He probably wouldn't get one that good.
Look at another guy who's come out on deck. It'll be Abraham Nunez after all. And Craig Wilson is brought back. So Nunez, we saw yesterday get a start at second base, will bat. In the number 9 spot, Rebele at first base being held on. Takes ball 1 as he was squaring.
Well, I think this gives McClendon a few more options with Nunez at the plate. I think with Wilson up there, they're probably looking more of a long ball. With Nunez, they can do a few things. Hit and run.
On the 1-0 from Mendoza, and again showing bunt. This time he takes a strike. Nunez appearing in his 43rd game of the year for the Pittsburgh Pirates, a switch hitter. And as a pinch hitter, still looking for his first hit this season. 0 for 14. First is off. Nunez can't make contact, and the throw to second not in time. Well, the hit and run, and Rebele is able to steal second base and jump into scoring position with one down.
Well, the difference here, it's a changeup. That's what we were mentioning, Don, the fact they can do more with this combination. They try the hit and run. It's not a good pitch, but the changeup is just enough for Rebele to get into second base with the steal. He almost comes off the bag, but not quite. Garciaparra had that tag waiting for him to see if that foot would come off the bag.
A little time in between stolen bases for Rebele going back to August of 2000.
Yeah, that was designed to be a hit and run, but the pitch nowhere near being a strike.
So the go-ahead run in scoring position with one out. Nunez with a count of 1-2. Soft liner into center field out of the reach of Garciaparra. Rebele had to wait to see if he'd come up with it. Only gets to third. And the Pirates now at the go-ahead run just 90 feet away and still just one out in the inning.
Well, there's good and bad on this play. The bad, obviously, that he got a base hit. The good, the runner at second base could not get a good jump because he had to make sure the ball got through. The ball, that's almost like the hit and run pitch. Down and away, makes contact this time, and just by Garciaparra. But they can't score the run because Rebele had to wait to make sure that ball got through.
Grady Little to the mound, and Mendoza will leave responsible for the runners at the corners with one out here in the last of the 8th inning. And the Red Sox will go to the bullpen for the second time tonight. Looking back and tell you about the new Boston pitcher tied at 4. Back in Pittsburgh, tied at 4. The Pirates have runners at the corners, and the Red Sox go to the bullpen for the left-hander Alan Embry.
Embry making his 20th appearance for the Red Sox. He worked in the game yesterday, game 1. An inning, gave up 3 runs. That was on the home run to Randall Simon, a walk and a couple of strikeouts. Coming on to face Kenny Lofton. Lofton throughout his career has had trouble with lefties. This year only hitting .245 against left-handed pitching.
He's had a pretty good game tonight as he hit a home run in the 4th inning, his 7th home run of the year. And the time gave the Pirates a 4-2 advantage. Of course, the Red Sox are tied at 4-4, and Embry brought in here to a tight spot with the go-ahead run just 90 feet away at third base.
There's a lot of things you have to look out for. Obviously, first of all, Kenny Lofton, but there's always the possibility at this stage of the game of trying that double steal. More likely, though, with 2 outs than 1 out.
Lofton thought about it but couldn't pull the trigger, and it's ball 1.
One other thing to keep in mind, Lofton a very good bunter.
The Sox have continued action in the bullpen, a right-hander up as Embry works here with 1 out in the last of the 8th inning. Lofton lifts it deep to left center field. Damon on the run. It'll carry him all the way to the track. Tagging from third is Rebele, and the Pirates pull ahead 5-4.
Well, you got to give credit there to Kenny Lofton. I mean, he's facing a guy that throws hard from the left side. He makes the contact, gets the ball in the air, and certainly plenty deep enough to get the run home. I was surprised that at first base the runner didn't tag and get in the scoring position. That's how deep that ball was hit. Rebele across with the go-ahead run here in the bottom of the 8th.
Especially the guy with the speed of Abraham Nunez at first base, but he is still at first. Now he takes off, and they've got him picked off. Ortiz will throw down, and he is out to end the inning. But the Pirates get the go-ahead run in the bottom of the 8th. It's on to the 9th, 5-4 Pittsburgh. Well, is on to the top of the 9th inning. The Red Sox trailing by a run as the Pirates get the go-ahead run in the bottom of the 8th inning. Trot Nixon tied the score at 4 his first time, and he'll face Mike Williams, the closer on for the Pirates.
15 saves on the season. That puts him in about the middle of the pack of the top 10 in the National League. Tell you one thing, he's been much more effective on the road than he has at home. He's had big time trouble here at PNC Park.
I told you earlier, the Pirates have not enjoyed their home field so far this season. As Pittsburgh 8-21 at home, is 16-12 on the road. So Trot Nixon with 3 home runs in the 3-game series here in Pittsburgh. One in each end of the doubleheader yesterday, and a home run here to tie the score at 4 in the 7th inning. But the Pirates have pulled ahead here with a run in the bottom of the 8th. Nixon with a check swing. Williams trying to get to it, does, and throws out Nixon for the first out. Well, was moving away from him, but he stayed with it and throws out Nixon.
Yeah, you got to give credit there to Williams. I mean, he had a pretty nice play on that. That ball was spinning, and it looked like it was heading toward foul territory. It kind of threw off his timing, and then when he finally gets it, he does not hit Nixon in the back with it. See, trots right on the line, so he's okay there. He gets it over his shoulder, and Simon's able to make the catch. So a pretty good play by Mike Williams.
Williams, a very good closer, had 46 saves a year ago for the Pittsburgh Pirates, a career high for him. Now deals with Jason Varitek. Varitek with a single in the 5th inning, and Jason 1 for 3 tonight. Well, the 34-year-old right-hander working from the stretch with no one on. Evens up the count at 1-1 as Varitek kind of punched at that one. The 46 saves last year for Mike Williams established a Pittsburgh franchise record in saves. And he was 3rd among all Major League pitchers in saves, behind John Smoltz of the Braves and Los Angeles' Eric Gagne, 55 and 52 respectively. High chopper to second base, handled by Rebele, throws out Varitek, and the Red Sox are down to their last out. $33,372, and they come to their feet at PNC Park in Pittsburgh. Johnny is 0 for 3 in the game as he takes ball 1. Damon with 2 groundouts and a strikeout tonight.
Randall Simon right on that line at first base, trying to prevent the 2-base hit. Outfield deep.
Fooled on that pitch was Damon, and it's 1-1.
Well, it's off-speed pitch after off-speed pitch. It's not an overpowering closer you have here. Does not really pile up a lot of strikeouts.
With 43 strikeouts in 61 1/3 last year. Now the 1-1. 2-1 to Damon. If the game continues, and it would take something here from Johnny Damon for it to continue with 2 outs here in the 9th. Red Sox have a pinch hitter waiting on deck in Giambi. The 2-1. 3-1.
Well, Williams has actually more walks than strikeouts. 14 walks and 10 strikeouts on the season.
Big cut from Damon, and now a full count. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the visiting half of the 9th inning. Warren McClendon can't even watch. Williams staring in to find out what he'll throw. Ready to work. And the payoff pitch. Damon stays alive as he cues it foul over by the Pirates dugout. Pirates trying to salvage the final game of this 3-game series. Williams shaking off a few of the signs given to him by Jason Kendall. Now he's ready. And the payoff pitch again. Strike 3 to Johnny Damon to end the ball game. Williams sends down the Red Sox 1-2-3 in the top of the 9th inning. And the Pirates do indeed salvage the 3rd game of this 3-game series with a 5-4 victory. And a tough-fought ball game tonight in Pittsburgh, but the Pirates are able to win the final game of the series.
The Foxwoods chance play of the game, the sacrifice fly by Kenny Lofton in the 8th inning off Alan Embry. He ran Damon back to about that 4-10 sign, and the go-ahead run comes across. Lofton also had a home run back in the 4th inning. The Foxwoods chance play of the game.
33,372 watched the final game of the series. With the loss, the Red Sox dropped to 33-25. The winning pitcher is Brian Boehringer, 3-1. Ramiro Mendoza suffers the loss, 1-2. And the save for Williams, his 16th of the year. Again, the final score, Pittsburgh 5, Boston 4. For Jerry Remy, this is Don Orsillo saying so long from Pittsburgh. Now it's time for the WB Masons Extra Innings with Bob Rogers and Bob Tewksbury.